So the Millennium World Cup kicks off in continental Europe in Group 3. Dulac for France. 20 metres away from the Papua New Guinean line. The drive in again by Rashid Hashish, only his second cap. And this really is a good opportunity now for France. Tuxedo drives forward, a good offload. Now Frezino, Bonke, this could be the first try of the game, and it's going to be a try for Patrice Benos. And France going front at the Charlotte Stadium, 14 minutes on the clock, their first real attack, and they come up with 4.
Yeah, fantastic effort. Oh boy, how the tides have changed. The Papua New Guineans looked, only 1 minute ago, looked like they were going to score up the other end of the field, and full credit to the French. They knew they were let off the hook, and they just drove their way downfield. We've seen some very powerful running from the French forwards, very one out, but soaking up the Papua New Guinea defenders, drawing them to the middle, and of course they just threw the ball wide, came up with a wonderful try.
And just 60 seconds later, it's Patrice Benos going over for his 5th try in the French blue jersey, and now it's Bonke from out wide to see if he can have the extras, and that looks pretty good, and that is very good. But what a tremendous kick by Freddie Bonke. Andrew Norman on as a substitute for the Papua New Guineans. Davishi, Frezino, the ball going out left again. That's a good break, it could be another try. Oh, Kassan there stopped just 2 or 3 yards short of the line. If France score here, then Papua New Guinea really are in a spot of bother. The confidence in this French side, you can see it oozing through. It looks like it could go all the way. The ball goes to ground. Well, that was a good break there by Jérôme Guisset. And France coming in within inches of getting a second try. Guisset with the ball, and it just wouldn't go to hand. The knock-on, I think it was Benos again who could have got his second try.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for him to take. Wonderful spirit here from Guisset. Saw a hole and just took it on. Way before that, on the inside, we saw Stanley Jean come flying late. As the French way, you try it, but it's that close. They like to flick them out the back. Guisset just took the chance on it. Maybe it would have been better to hold the ball. He didn't really have a good side at this one, but was a try.
3 seasons at Wigan, no stranger to Super League. And another good run by Jean-P. He's had a monster of a game, Patrice Jean-P. And Benos with a chance to run for the corner again. That's a tremendous tackle by Marcus Bai. Well, that was a great opportunity again, and Marcus Bai just having a few words there at Patrice Benos. I'm not sure we'll be able to understand him, but I think we get the message.
Yeah, he's obviously hurting that Benos got the first try. This was going to be Marcus Bai's day. Marcus Bai, he would have made a great opportunity out of that. Eddie Isla there on your screen, who did take the ball forward. Now, but then let's think about this. It's been another area for Papua New Guinea, and once again the French on the attack. This guy with the ball has looked particularly dangerous. Jean-Emmanuel Kassan.
Good chance now, opportunity for Dequiche. Can Dequiche go all the way? That's a fantastic try. Well, he's the golden boy of French Rugby League. He's hardly had a touch so far. And Yassine Dequiche comes up trumps for France. A crucial try at a crucial moment. It's 10-0.
The guy, Jean-Emmanuel Kassan, has threatened all game. He's finally come up with a wonderful opportunity. He's looked very, very strong out there. Almost too difficult for Alfred Songoro to handle all game. Hits the hole particularly well, does Jean-Emmanuel Kassan. You watch him here explode into the hole. Very powerful low. Absorbs 2 defenders. Flicks the ball inside to Yassine Dequiche, who careers away and goes over and scores a wonderful try for the French, who are capitalising superbly on the errors and the opportunities being thrown at them by the Papua New Guineans. And Dequiche goes away and scores a great try.
It's going to be Freddie Bonke again. A tremendous kick from the touchline for the first try, and he's done it again. It's 12-0 to France. Very much now in the driving seat.
Also, don't forget the French defence. They got back in numbers and stopped a commanding run from the Papua New Guineans. This is a tight game, but you've got to say the passion of these guys.
Here comes France now. This could be a real opportunity if he can get the ball inside. Frezino. Is anyone going to stop Frezino? Great pass inside. Great tackling as well. Well, that was a golden opportunity. France play the ball quickly. That was Guisset. And now an open line if they can get it in. And it's going to be a 3rd French try for Rashid Hashish. And that all came from a terrific break from Laurent Frezino. 3 tries for the French. Papua New Guinea have never won a World Cup game on foreign soil, and you would think that record is going to continue.
It is a wonderful break. Fantastic stuff from the French. Out in space, yawning space. Fresno out in the clear, just throws a haymaker. Look, that's not luck, that's making your own luck. There was 3, 4, 5 French support players in there. And then out came a fantastic pass from Devechi. And what a flying winger he is, the big number 8, Rashid Hashish. Out in foreign part of the field for him, standing wide. They just covered the field nicely. You just watch him drift off behind there. Does Rashid Hashish, big, strong front rower, caught out wide and scores a wonderful try.
16-0, and you feel if Freddie Bonke can get this, it's a very long road back for the Pacific Islanders. He's kicked 1 off the touchline so far, and this one, he just pulls it to the left. So 2 out of 3 with the boot for Freddie Bonke, but the 3rd try for France to Rashid Hashish. And it's paid dividends so far as Bonke lifts another high one, and these have caused problems for Papua New Guinea so far this afternoon, and that could be another try, and it could be a 2nd try for Yassine Dakish. The mistake again from Papua New Guinea. Well, the referee, Steve Ganson, has penalised the French for pushing in the chase, and the French lorry drivers with all these blockades, and so far they've kept them out. Can they do it again? Jean goes out wide. The chance now for Marcus Bai. It came off a French hand, and Marcus Bai is going to get the 1st try of the game for Papua New Guinea. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Joy for the coach, Bob Bennett. A touch of luck at the end, but perhaps they deserve it. And Papua New Guinea, at last, coming up for 55 minutes on the clock, are on the board. It's 16-4 to France.
Just a clever bit of play out. The great passing right onto the chest. They didn't have the numbers there, the French. The winger in Beno should not have come in. He should have just stayed out on Marcus Bai. Would have stopped this one, and he actually just came up with a touch in there. Oh, gee, it's an easy one for Bai. He will take no credit out of that.
You feel that Jean has to be successful. Well, it's a good kick in the end. I don't think he struck it too well, but I don't think he'll mind about that. It's 16 points to 6, and I guess you really could say it's game on now. Papua New Guinea are back in this game, 16 points to 6. Now let's really see what they're made of. Stanley Jean, that's a great break from Jean. He's got support on the inside, and all of a sudden the French defence is exposed, possibly for the first time in this game, and they're on the back foot. Adrian Lamb puts the kick over the top, and this is going to be another try for Papua New Guinea. 2 tries in 2 minutes. Alex Cruanti picks up the loose ball. Adrian Lamb with a kick over the top, and all of a sudden France look to be cruising, and Papua New Guinea have got their act together, and who knows from here on in.
Well, particularly when the players, Lamb and Jean, are the 2 players really putting their hand up and gaining some ascendancy for the Papua New Guineans. It was a great break from Stanley Jean that gave the Papua New Guineans this field position.
But if Jean can land this one, well, wide it goes, and the score stays at 16 points to 12 in favour of the French. But certainly we've got 20 minutes to go.
Unfortunately, after about 30 passes, one of them went to the Papua New Guineans' hand. But look at the Papua New Guineans. They really did work them over there, the French. It's a good way to win a game of rugby league while you're in front. Keep moving those defenders around so that when they do come to attack, they haven't got much to offer. Look at this great defence again from the French.
Well, that looked like 6 to go. The Mando had the ball knocked out of his hands. And psychologically, that last defensive 6 could be so important for Papua New Guinea. Here's Stanley Jean, put through by Adrian Lamb, and Stanley Jean could go all the way on his own. Jean gets the ball inside, and Papua New Guinea will score another try. It looks like Marcus Bai who's come up with a 6, or is it Bucco? David Bucco under the post. One end of the field to the other, and Papua New Guinea have come back from the dead. They were 16 points down, and with the kick to come, they can level it all up. And it was Adrian Lamb, and it was Stanley Jean.
Well, John Wilshere stepped up.
John Wilshere will try and add the extras. Bucco missed the last one, and Wilshere will tie this game up as we go into the closing 10 minutes in the Charlotte Stadium. France look to be home and dry, and France do look tired. They've given it their all. And who is going to come up with the point? It could come down to a 1-pointer. We're getting now to the stage in this opening game in Group 3 where 1 point could win or lose. Great break by Adrian Lamb. Lamb still going. He's got support on the inside. He may not need it. Adrian Lamb will go all the way, and that could win it for Papua New Guinea. Adrian Lamb, they call him the little general, and from nowhere, the captain has come up with a wonder try, and Papua New Guinea come back from 16 points down, and they could win it. Sensational.
Well, class tells at the end of the day, with 5 minutes to go on the clock, the captain, Adrian Lamb's put his hand up. A beautiful little jink off the right foot. O'Reilly found him out in space. The defenders were tiring there. The inside defender couldn't quite get across. That was unfortunately Jason Sands for the French, and Lamb just went away. That's a 50-yard try, that. That's a fantastic performance from the skipper. They were dead and buried, Papua New Guinea. It was only 15 minutes ago. They couldn't find any energy, but just watch him here.
An unbelievable comeback from Papua New Guinea. And John Wilshere now will look to extend the lead. Well, the cheers from the small band of Papua New Guinea supporters in the Charlotte Stadium will tell you it's 22 points to 16.
I'm sure he'll throw a one-pointer here. I'm sure he'll go for a field goal when he gets the ball. Here he is with the ball right in front of the post.
Tries the one-pointer, and Adrian Lamb has surely won this game for Papua New Guinea. 23 unanswered points in the space of 26 minutes. And at 23 points to 16, there's surely no way back for France.
Well, he just set himself so wonderfully for the last 3 tackles before that.
Your soccer team, of course, World and European Championships, they came back from the Olympics with 13 goals. And everyone in French Rugby League hoped that it would provide an inspiration to the French Rugby League side. Certainly for 45 minutes it did, but then they didn't bank on what has been a quite amazing comeback from Papua New Guinea. But France won't give this one up. They move the ball out, there could be a try, another try for the put forward, and it is Rachid Hashish who gets a try back for France. Well, you can't help but think it's too little too late. He thinks that, but a second try for Hashish in this game, and Dumas seems to think that that's it. That could be the end of the game as far as the French are concerned. Consolation and nothing else on a day of bitter disappointment for France.
Yeah, very much a wonderful bit of play from the French. They've kept the ball alive all game. Can Bonke keep this? So they need to score a try to win the game.
23 points to 20. Closing in on what would be a very, very famous victory for them. Don't forget they were thrashed 82-0 by Australia, but they've beaten France in the opening game of the Millennium World Cup in the Charlotte Stadium. A fantastic comeback from 16 points to 0 down. Papua New Guinea have won their first ever World Cup game on foreign soil, and they will go on to play South Africa on Thursday in Toulouse, knowing victory will secure a quarter-final place. As for the French, it's back to the drawing board. Massive disappointment, and the faces tell the story. They now have to beat Tonga in their next game. A brilliant victory for Papua New Guinea. They've beaten France by 23 points to 20.